It's snowing again. So I'm going to talk today about the fastest way to get a Ferrari. Okay. What? Yeah, that's what. The fastest way to get a Ferrari. If your mind has gone into hotwire mode, you're on the wrong path, I feel. So I was in my 20s for sure, and I'd worked with a guy since the late 80s. His name is Brennan, that's all I'm saying. Some of you will know him. And Brennan was a couple of years younger than me, and started in, in the business a couple of years after me. And at the time, I built up my side of the business, and he'd built up a smaller side of the business. But I just remember one year we both had a goal of buying an Audi Turbo for Christmas. Same goal. For some reason, it was just maybe they were the hot car at the time. I don't even know. But an Audi, what they call a 5000 or an Audi 100, depends on which continent you are. Turbo for Christmas. And back then, that was a huge goal. I mean, I don't even know if it was what I was driving at all back then. Maybe $1,000 piece of crap. I don't know. So anyway, doesn't matter. We both hit the goal. And then, as years went by, this was in Canada, as years went by, I left the country, then went back there, we were building another business, made a whole shitload of money very fast. And that business, we subcontracted to someone, the company we were subcontracting to collapsed. Partly our fault, because we wouldn't listen. We've got enough business, slow down. No, we don't slow down, we go faster. So we live and learn. And anyway, we started another business. After taking a hit, started another business. So I went from, what was I driving at the time? I was driving a Porsche 928. I went from that to an old Oldsmobile. Like, when shit goes down, liquidate your assets first. Go liquid. You don't need all that stuff. So, I want to say 6 months later, actually probably not even, about 4 months later, from the Oldsmobile, I got a Jaguar. A Jaguar. Or a Jaguar. Or a Jag. Depends where you are in the world. And I just remember I saw Jeremy Clarkson on TV, then I found out he had bought a black XJR, which was a supercharged Jag. And, like everything else in life, I generally will ask the experts. I had this conversation the other day with someone about MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs. And so why do you have a MacBook Air? I said, well, the IT guy I know that builds $50 million websites has a MacBook Air. You know what? I just follow what the experts do. I don't try and figure it out. I don't research it. I just look at what other people are doing. So Clarkson, if you don't know who he is, literally can drive any, could drive any car he wants. A presenter of Top Gear in the UK. And I like Clarkson, just doesn't give a shit. And anyway, I just looked at what he was driving. He had one of these, so I bought one of those. And I'm driving it, and we used to have, this was in Toronto, on Dufferin Street, Yonge Street, just south of the 401, where the Swiss Chalet is, if you're in Toronto. And it had underground parking, so there was a few of us that actually had underground spots there. And every day I'd drive the Jag into the spot, and, and one guy had a Bentley Turbo, and but Brennan, who was younger than me, had the spot next to me, and at the time he had a convertible XJS. He was the youngest person in Canada, apparently, to buy one from Jag, brand new at the time. I think he was about 21, 22. And he had this XJS, and one day I come and there's a Ferrari in his spot. And, the green envy, something kicked in. And for those people that say I don't get jealous, bullshit. We all have that trait. It's a human trait. It's a human trait. Envy, jealousy. It might not manifest highly in a lot of us, and also some people know how to rein it in and turn it into positivity. So I saw this Ferrari and I went, you didn't even park my car. I had a meeting to do in about an hour. Slammed the Jag in reverse, nailed it out the parking garage, drove down to see my buddy Jorge, who worked at the places where they sold the Ferraris. I drove in and said, George, I need a Ferrari now. Well, what do you mean now? I need one now. Well, there's one coming in tomorrow, and there's one, I've got this great one next week. No, George, you don't understand. I need one now. Right now. I said, the only thing I've got is a Mondial. They're garbage. I said, what colour is it? Red. All right, I'll take it. It's garbage. It's a Mondial. It's the worst Ferrari ever made. George, I don't care. I'll take it. I never paid him for anything. I just dumped the Jag, drove off in the Ferrari, parked it next to Brennan's, never said a word, went upstairs, did the meeting so everything was normal. Coming back downstairs with Brennan, I offered to take him out for lunch. So walking downstairs, walked down to the parking garage. Guess what Brennan saw? 2 Ferraris. And I remember what he said to this day. Without even batting an eyelid, he went, I remember the good old days when I had the only Ferrari in this company. When we find the right trigger, when we find the right motivation, we can get anything we want pretty damn quick. The challenge is finding the motivation. What is it? It's not for the money. It's not the money. It's what you can do, whether that doing is freedom, it's for your kids, for your family, vacations, a bigger house, bigger car, whatever. You know what? When we really, really dig deep, it's probably not for material things. They're just part of it. So that's what I got for today. It's not so sunny today. It's usually sunny every day in New York City. Must be the off day. Still beautiful. Oh, by the way, Brennan bought his own private jet. And he can pilot it if he wishes. I don't know, he's still got a Ferrari or 2 now. So there's your lesson. Have a wonderful day from Spanish Harlem.